Hi, thank you so much for rushing my products to me.
Oh,
I
you're so
prob
welcome.
I probably should have the black pepper because we're gonna be in the same mucus vein here. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it's the amoxicillin and everything I've been doing, it seems to be breaking things up, but you know what? I didn't have
Mhm.
like dizziness or plugged ears till I'm through all that. And then I kind of had a yeast thing come up. So um, but I could tell it's wanting to break loose. So should I
Okay.
just stay? Tell me what to do. Should I stay with rosemary, verbena?
Yeah, see what that was made for being, but you are having tell me some of the symptoms again. Like you are having a little bit of, you said like a yeast issue or
Yeah, first, the next I got the yeast infection, and then, but I all through this I didn't have the dizziness, and I think it's because my left ear is plugged up,
yeah.
and so my head's kind of really still thick, but it's trying to break up. It's which of course that wasn't happening before, but it must have been a lot worse infection. And I
Yeah.
was so cold with it. I still kind of cycle with that cold, but it could be because I had to switch. I was forced to switch thyroid medication because they
Hmm.
didn't want to compound any animal products into
Right.
it. So I had to switch
Right.
over
Right.
to a synthetic. And I think first it was like almost getting into a Ferrari. I was like, I could just almost feel my heart start to pop, really start to go. So I kind of did every other day, and then now it's kind of leveled out. It's pretty happy. I know I could add in stuff if I wanted to now, but it took 2 weeks at least. So it tells you I'm pretty sensitive. But that's the only medication I take regularly is that thyroid.
Okay.
Okay, so but plugged ear and dizziness, especially the dizziness and that,
Dizziness. Like,
yeah,
would you call it vertigo, or you just feel a little like
a little bit like you're a little bit on a ship, just a little bit, but more
okay.
than any, not quite as bad
Yeah.
as the ship, but
Let,
when you get up,
let's
it's a
do
little warm.
let's just do this one thing. Like, so sit like this, and then you're just gonna tilt your head back like so,
Okay.
and let it be there for about 15 seconds. And with that, does that make you dizzy?
Maybe a little, just a
A little
little bit
bit.
on that left
Okay.
ear. Yeah.
Let me look something up here. Yeah. So that's what I suspected, but I wanted to double check.
Thank you.
Um, Doesn't look like I have dizziness in here. That's kind of weird. Okay, give me just a sec here. Give me just a second.
I kind of wondered if the yeast was up in my sinuses. I kind of wondered that.
Okay, let's try a couple of different things. I'll give you a list and let's see what you have. Anise,
I have that.
okay, hyssop,
I have that.
probably don't have Kaput. Yeah, that's a pretty obscure one. Even maybe peppermint, maybe peppermint. How about, do you have a sage of some sort?
The Dalmatian sage, and
Perfect.
I have another sage too. I have 2 sages.
Okay, so let's have you do this. Let's have you take a few drops of the anise internally and inhale it as well. But I'd rotate between the anise, the sage, and the hyssop. Just take like 15, 20 inhalations with one, 15 inhalations with another, and then the next one.
Okay.
Traditionally, when there's just kind of vertigo, I would say, oh, let's, like, hyssop a lot of times will knock that out. Like hyssop's kind of a go-to thing. But you have the complication of the thing with the ear, and like your body has some other things going on, and I don't want to treat this like just separate from everything else. And so I think the combination of those 3 will help some of the things in the other parts of the body as well. And you're knocking out some of the sinus related things. And as far as like the yeast issue, like I'd almost like treat this for like a day or 2 and just kind of stabilize like the dizziness and all that. Sure. And then in about a day or 2, I'd probably start taking a little bit of, do you have some cinnamon leaf or some sort of cinnamon?
I have
Yeah.
the cinnamon.
Yeah, so like give it a couple of days and then start taking a little bit of cinnamon internally. And cinnamon's really good for knocking out like yeast and fungal issues.
Oh, that's great. This sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Because even if it's up in my sinuses, it would take care of the
It should help with any of that. Yeah.
And all the other, like the anise, the hyssop, and sage, besides inhalation, do I take any besides anise internally?
Just the anise. Yeah, the anise is the only one that I'd like to have you take internally. The rest you're just inhaling. If you want to put a little bit of one of them in like a lotion or something and rub it on your neck, feel free to do that. But more just inhalations with all that. And if one seems to be like, man, this one really makes me feel better, just double down on that one, and you can even drop the other ones and just keep working it.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, one other question.
Sure.